He travel. Yeah, he tells me, he's like, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna leave early today because it's like I gotta make that hour drive home. I'm like, all right, I'll see you later, bro. We're getting into this game here on PS2, probably a gentleman's. Peach versus Palutena.
So what I'm trying to see from Geofella in this set is, Geofella, Jimrude play a lot. And today was Jimrude's second time ever beating Geofella. And otherwise, he has definitely been his bracket demon. The adaptation that I've seen Jimrude make so well since they've started playing is covering Geofella's up B. Because Geofella is really good at using up B to, mix up landings and to platform cancel. He understands that move very well. But as soon as you take that option away from him, he definitely falls apart.
Yeah, when I was commentating with Voltron, that was one of the biggest things I noticed. He was catching almost every single up B. He would not bait it necessarily, but like he would wait for it, right? And then when he saw where he was going, he's like, boom, instantly a nair, back air, something. And he was catching it every single time. And I was like, that's amazing. That's awesome. And the thing that I like seeing from Jimrude in this matchup too, and in the previous set that they played, he's covering ledge a lot, like hard. Like he's hovering right there. He's floating right next to it so that he can either get the nair, the ledge trump, something. But all I know is that I really like that he's actively like just sitting right there in the ledge. Like, see right there, yeah, like that, just like that.
He knows that he can do that.
Yeah, he's been doing that in the last set, and I think it's really great because it kind of forces Geofella to maybe recover a little differently. And when you kind of put that conditioning on a person, it just kind of, wow, this is really looking good for Jimrude.
Yeah, so Geofella's got, he's got plenty of time to figure out how he wants to play this out. Yeah. And obviously it's a little bit hard because Jimrude, just the differences in the last two opponents that he's had.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's a whole different ball.
He had to make a little bit of adaptation against Clad, and he made the adaptations that he needed, and he won pretty handily. And, the same thing is going to have to happen with Jimrude. And he's going to have a rough game. That's just how it's going to be. This is a really explosive player, and he's super momentum-based, and Peach just supplements that so much, because when you have a lead as Peach, and, your opponent has to come to you...
Yeah, you're just kind of sitting there.
Like, this character, for someone that doesn't have any blatant out-of-shield options, has such good out-of-shield options. Yeah. Because if you get grabbed or you get down tilted, which aren't really, those aren't shield scenarios like, oh, you hit me on my shield and I get to do this for free because you don't have the frame advantage. It's just a mix-up, but those mix-ups are so relevant when you have to go for them, right? You have to commit to these options, and he could just shield. Yeah. He really can. And I still think that this is a 50-50 matchup.
No, give me bubble gum. Come on, bro.
I think this is a 50-50 matchup, but it is definitely one of those matchups that can just go either way so hard in a polar
really
opposite
quickly,
direction, and it just on the flick of a dime, dude. It just immediately turn around. It's like a complete 180. Yeah. And yeah, I'm curious to see
the Rob.
So I'm thinking he actually might go hero here. So Geofella's. So Geofella has 3 characters that he really frequents, and it's, obviously Palutena, and depending on the week, sometimes he likes Rob a little bit more, sometimes he likes, sometimes he likes Lucina a little bit.
So what would you think of picking Hero into Peach? I'm a little nervous because I don't think Hero has the best out of shield options, and Peach is so aggro on your shield that what do you do, right? What are you supposed to do? So I'm really curious to see what. And look at that! Face. Look at that!
I fucking hate this guy.
And the bounce. So he dropped it immediately.
So what I was gonna say is, Wes will kind of bounce between what character he likes to have as a consistent secondary, depending on the week, depending on how he's playing, depending on who he's playing against. But this hero is always on the back burner. He always has this character. This character is always polished because he probably plays this character more than any other character in the game.
Really?
Yeah. Obviously, you don't see it come out that much in tournaments, but this is his friendly character. This is his favorite character to play when he's just trying to have a good time. And it's turned into something where he can just if you don't know how to deal with hero, you will get fucking destroyed by this hero.
Yep.
And he understands this character way too well And I joke that Jimrude is the luckiest man alive, but I've never seen someone with as good of hero RNG as this man.
Gotta get those crits.
Not only when it comes to crits, but just like
getting the bounce
like
when you need it.
He will always, there it is. You know, he will always use the fucking RNG move. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of it.
Command list.
Yeah. No, not command list. The actual move in there that like will randomly select a different move.
Okay, I thought okay.
He loves it because he's so lucky with it. I was watching him play at ESA this last week. I forget who he was playing against, but he was playing hero, and the one time he got it, I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of it. The move that's literally just like a dice roll. It's literally like the Mario Kart dice, and he's dead. Yep. He threw it out the one time he saw it in his rotation, and he got giant and then just killed them at like 40.
Yeah, this hero pick has been Zoom, good old Zoom. It's been working in his favor, clearly. The shield break probably really turning that game around. Wow, the turnip and he... Okay.
He's dead. No crit.
No, you need the crit. But what I was going to say, he's been hit 3 times with the sleep move. You got to know that... Yep.
There's the crit. So yeah, I think that depending on how Geo is playing, because it does vary, like I said, depending on how Geofella is playing, this is his best character. Sometimes he's really feeling Palu, and you know he just does really good with the character, but sometimes he's just like fucking destroying with hero, and it's like it kind of flips between the two. But like, I mean, he has obviously by far the most tournament experience.
Diddy? Yep.
He has by far the most tournament experience on Palutena. It's just, you know, a given. But like,
sometimes you just want to pick the fun character. Right?
Don't slouch on this hero. You will lose if you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
And especially if he's playing well. Because I think that this is one of those characters where it's like, yeah, you know, if you're playing well and you're getting good RNG, it's, you know.
And something I was about to say is I don't like Jimrude sitting on the edge of the stage and just letting him kind of free roll his command list. Something that you have to do against hero, you have to be in his face, because if you don't, you kind of give him that option to either charge the neutral B, check his command list to see what he can get. And in relevant matchups like this with Diddy or Peach, where he can, you know, command list cancel until he finds the bounce, right? Until he finds the bounce, then he can just do that. And so when you're giving him the space to do that, it works really negatively in your favor. And will that take it?
No.
No rage.
Hero's pretty heavy.
So I kind of want to see Jimrude just be more in his... Yeah, wow.
So the thing with this is that I think this is a really, really solid pick for Jimrude. Like, Diddy Kong definitely is able to get in Hero's face really well.
Yeah.
But Geofella also knows how to play against this character really well, because this is another one of his like 3 most played characters. Like I said, it was going to bounce between, like, obviously his Palu is his most played, and then his like consistent secondaries, you know, are Rob and Diddy, depending on who he has to play against, like what matchups he has to cover, and you know then Hero kind of falls in after that.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Yeah, this guy.
Wow, both psych up and bounce again.
You are dead. You are
you
super dead.
kidding
You
me?
are super dead. And there's another imp.
Oomph again, bro. Okay, chill.
And I was talking to him about this, and I was telling him, like, bro, why don't you just co-main Hero Palu? And he's like, yeah, I probably should. And he just, you know, it's like a nerves thing. Like, he doesn't play this character in bracket much. Like, he does do it, but, like, obviously nowhere near the scale of any of his other characters. And so it's like a confidence thing. Like,
and that's what I was talking about earlier with I think I was talking about it with Jimrude, where I said, you know, the mentality plays such a huge role in this game, where, like, there's a difference between cocky and confident, right? When you are confident in something, it translates so well into your play. And it's like one of those things where it's like, I really want to play this character, but I don't know how good I feel on them, right? Well, just try it. Just play it, right? It's like, what's the worst that can really, like, happen, right? You lose, okay? So what? You got experience on this character that you are trying to get experience on. And then when you get more of that experience, you become more confident. And when that confidence carries over into wins at that point, you can be like, wow, I'm really glad that I tried playing this or tried to, like, stick to this.
He was hoping for the crit. He was hoping for the crit. That's Hero's worst move at breaking shields, unfortunately.
The down smash?
Yeah, even with the crit, it's not going to break shield, I don't think. But
I think only forward smash breaks the shield 100%, right?
Yeah, forward smash will.
On the crit, of course. Is what
it'll do
about.
it without the crit too, depending on your shield size. That move
Yeah.
hits really hard, and just the way that it functions, like its properties are really disgusting. But yeah, with crit, it'll just break the
That'll
shield
kill
full.
you. I love that move.
Yeah, so Geofella, like James was saying, Geofella probably has the best non-top player random in NorCal. Like, outside of, obviously, you know, people like Louis Money or whatever, they are who they are.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when you're looking at it just objectively, Geofella can play, like, every single character at close to the level of everybody else, except for, like, 3 characters. And it's, like, Ice Climbers because they suck. Ice Climbers because they're awful. And, nah, Geo's is better, I'm sorry.
Nice. Good confirm from Jimrude there. The Diddy pick working in his favor. And this is looking good for Jimrude. This is possibly tournament win. He's up 2-1 on Geofella. Got to see if he's going to stick to the Diddy, though. I do believe Jimrude has to pick his character first before Geofella.
So, yeah. Nah, he should not pick DDD in this matchup. Jimrude is really good against DDD. He shits on Adobo Supreme.
I love seeing DDD.
I hate seeing DDD.
I really love seeing
I think he's
DDD.
probably my least favorite character to fight against in the game. I'm not kidding. I have a mental block against him. It's bad.
He's so funny
It's
to
like, I don't
watch.
mind any of the top tiers. Like, yeah, they're annoying, but it's like, I don't mind it. Like, I know it's coming. It's like, DDD is like, fuck, I just took 80%
Yeah,
to, like,
from the Gordo.
Gordo bouncing against something, like, 3 times. And I'm like, there is no counterplay to that. I know it's, like, a dumb thing to complain about because the character's shit. Like, yeah, I know, I get it.
I was about to say, it's funny because I think DDD is one of those characters where when you have a projectile, it's nothing, right? Because you just projectile it back into him. But when you don't have a projectile, you're just kind of like, what is happening, bro? It's like,
So yeah, Gio's really going to be thinking about who he wants to put out.
looking like Hero again.
Yeah, so I think he is super comfortable against Peach with Hero. Diddy Kong is definitely a really hard matchup. That's probably Hero's worst matchup.
Yeah, and like I said, Jimrude had to pick first, so Jimrude just kind of going on his Peach here to have that consistency. And if he loses the Game 5 situation, it's in his favor. So a good choice to go for the Peach here, just kind of playing his strong hand. And even though if he doesn't get the matchup that he wanted, you know, if he loses, he will get the matchup that he wants at that point. And that's the important match, right? The Game 5, where it's like, this is do or die, right?
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, man. Hero's scary. Geo's Hero is scary. And this matchup, I feel like, is honestly pretty bad for Peach. For a character that I think is definitely far superior to Hero as just a character,
Yeah,
she's
for
just
sure.
better. It's one of those matchups where it's like, yeah, Peach can kind of struggle with, like, you know, getting boxed out by projectiles and shit like that. And, like, when she... Oh, there it is. When she has to shield stuff, like, that is either plus on shield or... you know, applies ridiculous shield pressure. That's like you know, where she has the hardest time because that's good.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, if Hero has shit, like, depending on his option select, like, he can just literally break her shield at any fucking point, or just, like, you know, shield poke, or, like, you know, kaboom her, and it's like he can't use that the way that he normally wants to in this matchup. And yeah, sure, like, you still have these scenarios where it's like, okay, Hero's got to get back to stage. It sucks because it's Hero, but
And something I've noticed here from Geofella too, he's draining that MP. Like, this is really bad. If like Jimrude gets him off a ledge, that's just barely enough for your I forget what the move is called. The swish, swoosh.
That's really bad. Yeah. Geo on his tournament stock, so that's gonna be a stock for sure.
I think he meant to reverse that because he did the counter.
Oh,
I think
wait.
Is that?
He just got the one that I think just sucks up a bunch of mana. I don't know what. I actually don't know which one that was. That might have been a damage debuff, honestly.
Something I'd really kind of like
There
to
it
see
is again.
more.
That move is so good.
I kind of want to see a little bit more neutral. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's
This
unlucky
looks
that
funny.
he has this
Yeah.
boost on right now because it makes him still visible.
Yeah. Look, again, look, he's just out of MP already. If Jimrude just happens to take him off the stage, you barely have enough for tier 1 of swoosh, right? So it's like, this is so scary.
Yeah, no, he likes to use his MP. He knows that he gets it back. He's definitely pretty liberal with it. That's something that he probably should improve on, but like...
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously everyone's going to have their own different playstyle, right? But that's death.
The one time he top decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one time he top decks. All right.
Well, Jimrude taking it. Our winner for tonight at PK Fireup number 22? 21?
Yes, 22.
22.
Yeah, good stuff.
Do you know if he just kind of resigned there, or was he just
that was a top
quick
deck?
fingering?
It was literally just a top deck.
Okay.
He hadn't been doing it all set, and the one time he does it, he gets kamikaze.
Kamikaze.
You're either lucky or you're not.
Yeah,
But this is, this is experimental.
If you're talking this hero up this well, I really do hope and wish to see Geofella maybe play it more.
Yeah,
just kind
I
of
agree.
like give him that confidence boost. Say like, hey, bro, you really should just play the hero or try to play the hero more.
Yeah.
And then when you get that practice in, you start getting that practice in, right? You start